Dream big, set goals, take action. Hey everyone, it's Nick McLean, owner of the Nick McLean Real Estate Group, and this is Real Estate Greatness. We're heading into probably, for many of you guys, your best year ever in 2022. And for the people that are going to have their best years ever, I guarantee something. I guarantee that they get really clear on their goals. I guarantee that they set goals. And I guarantee they set them big. Set huge goals. In fact, some of the people that I hang around with that have inspired me the most, that really are the people that push me. And they push me by saying things like, Nick, you're thinking too small. So right now I'm going to help you guys set your goals for 2022. And I know this for a fact, that you're underestimating what you're capable of. And I don't know if you're new in the industry or you've been here for 30 years, but it helps to be inspired. And the person that's going to inspire you the most is the person within you. So here we go. I think the first thing you need to think about when it comes to goals is how many units are you going to sell? How many homes are you going to sell in 2022? Get really clear on that. Like, get clarity on where the homes, what do the homes look like, what neighborhoods are they most likely to show up in, and who your ideal client is. And of those units, are they going to be buyers or are they going to be sellers? Don't worry about how you're going to get them at this point. I just need you to get really clear on what you're going to do. What are you going to do? I can take myself back to 2009 going into 2010. My goal was $10 million in sales. And I had no clue how I was going to do it, but I got really clear on what I wanted to do, and that was $10 million. In order to hit $10 million, I wasn't sure how many units. I thought it would be 45 units. That's what I thought would give me $10 million in 2010, but it turned out it had to be 62 units. So I had to sell 62 units, but I was 100% committed and dedicated to the goal and the mission of $10 million, and so I want you to figure out that unit. How many units do you need to sell next year? Not necessarily what you're going to sell, you want to sell, but really clear on what are you committed to selling, and what does that volume look like? How much volume is that? Right? So if your marketplace average sales price is 500,000, 500,000, right? Maybe it's 300,000, but you can control that too. Where you focus, energy flows. What you focus on expands, right? So if you're going to be focusing on $300,000 homes, chances are you're going to sell $300,000 homes. If you're going to focus on $1 million homes all year, chances are you're going to sell $1 million homes. So focus on the price point that you want to see more of. For me, I don't necessarily want to sell the highest price homes because they take a long time to sell. And there's not a lot of them out there. And everybody wants them. They're highly competitive. I want to find the sweet spot. What's that sweet spot in your marketplace where the highest priced home most likely to sell, right? Because I want throughput, I want velocity, I want momentum throughout the year. I remember that year I sold 62 homes, an experienced agent came up to me and said, "Oh, you're doing pretty good, Nick, selling all those low priced homes." Like I was wasting my time. Funny thing is, he only sold 8 homes that year, I sold 62, so who's laughing now? Right? So don't worry about what other people's goals are. Don't worry about what they think, right? Stay focused on what your plan is. So goals and volume, right? Volume is really important because volume is going to tell you how much money you're going to make. There's 3 ways to make more money in real estate. Sell more homes, sell higher priced homes, make higher commissions. So the third part I want you to think about is, what is your commission going to be? See, most agents think that the commissions are set. There's no set commission. Your commission is tied to your value. So if you can add more value to the process and to the experience to the consumer, they're going to pay you more money. So if you're listing homes, you can raise rates. You can raise your commissions. You just need to add more value. So what are all the ways you can add the value? Solve that later, but make a commitment to add value. Now on the buy side, you have a market-based commission that's offered. Figure that out. So take your volume and figure that out. Is that the income that you're looking for in 2022? Another way to do this is set your income goal. What do you want to make next year? Is it $100,000? Is it $200,000? Is it $300,000? Is it $1 million? Reverse engineer that. Now that you know your commission and your average take home per sale, that's what you figure out. Figure out, how much do I make after splits, after fees, take home each sale, right? Divide that by how much you want to make. That's how many homes you need to sell, right? If you just throw it out there and have a hope, you're not going to get there. So get really clear on that. So now you know how many homes you're going to do. All right. What specific, measurable, and actionable, what actions can you take that are specific and measurable that will get you to that goal? Right? So now you can start solving for that goal. Is it 30 homes a year? How do I get there? And what am I committed to doing consistently, that will get me there. Because I can tell you this, you try anything once, chances are it's going to fail. And you're going to quit. You're going to abandon. And you're going to look for the next shiny object that's going to get you to your goal. And then before you know it's March, April, May, June, and you're behind your goal and you get discouraged. So I want you to get very, very dedicated and disciplined to what works. What works. I hang out with some of the top agents in North America, and I can tell you this, that if you knew what they did, what their magic pill was, you would think I was lying, because it's the most consistent basics you've ever heard of. You've heard everyone tell you that, right? I can tell you, you do one open house, it's not going to work. You do 52 open houses, it's going to work, right? I can tell you this, you do one Craigslist ad, right? It's not going to work. You do 100 Craigslist ads every day for 365 days, it's going to work, right? You're going to hit your goals. So that's the way I think, is what can I do consistently over the entire year that's going to work, that other people aren't willing to do, that other people are going to quit on? Right? Is that making phone calls? Is that reaching out to my sphere? Is that setting up referral partners? And I dedicate myself and I commit for the entire year, knowing that if I do this, I will reach my goal. I'm assuming that if I do this, I'm going to reach my goal. And that could be showing up at the office every single day. It could be looking at the MLS every single day, 3 times a day. And every time I look at the MLS, I am committed to sending a property to somebody I know, or a buyer lead I have, or a seller that I have, right? Be committed. Be ruthlessly committed to the specific, measurable, and actionable things you know you need to do to get your job done, right? To hit your goal. It's that simple. Stay disciplined. Stay committed to those items. I'll give you a million ideas, right? I can tell you this, one Facebook post in 2022 is not going to reach your goals. But if you did a Facebook post every single day during 2022, I bet you're going to gain enough momentum that you're going to crush your goals. Right? Tell me about your video strategy. What about your video initiatives? How many videos, content-based videos, did you deliver to the consumer in 2021? How many? 0? 1? 10? What if you did 52 in 2022? You think you hit your goal? What if you sent that video, every time you got a new lead, you shot a video and you sent it to your client, introducing yourself? What if you went back to everyone you've ever met and touched base with them and checked in with them to see how they're doing personally and to see if anything's changed in their life? Do you think that's going to make an impact on your goals in 2022? You'll find that your goals are 30, maybe they're 10, 20, 30, 40, 100. You'll find there's so many ways to reach that. It's unbelievable. And all you got to do is commit to the basics. I could tell you that Tom Brady's, he might be the MVP this year. I don't know. He might win another Super Bowl, probably. But I guarantee when he goes into spring training, or he goes back into practice, or I bet you practice right now leading up to the Super Bowl and the playoffs, I guarantee something, he's practicing the fundamentals. And if you follow Tom Brady at all, it's amazing what he's committed to in his later career. He didn't commit to something crazy, something new. He committed to the most fundamental thing that you can commit to, and that's himself personally. His physical health, what he puts in his body, how much sleep he gets, how much recovery he has, how much rest he has, how he manages stress, right? How he leads a team, right? He's committed to himself personally. So I want to throw this out there too. What can you commit to personally that will help you reach your goals? Because I know this, if you're feeling better, if you're looking better, you're going to play better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be more alert. You're going to be sharper. You're not going to get fatigued. You're not going to get down, right? Because the growth of your business is within your business, and you're in your business. You are the business. You're the vessel. Take care of it. Grow it. I can tell you this, 4.5 years ago, going on 5 years ago, I made a commitment that I stopped drinking. Been sober nearly 5 years come June 5th, 2022. Probably the best decision I ever made for my business. For my business. Isn't that wild? I made a personal decision that changed everything in my business. So what is that for you? What are the 1 or 2 things that you can get rid of in your life, that you can set boundaries around and commit absolutely against that? You're not going to do that anymore, right? One thing I stopped playing fantasy football, right? How many of you would say, oh man, I would love to reach my goals, but I have no more time? You have all the time in the world. You need to start shedding things out, right? What can you get rid of? What can you stop doing in 2022 that's going to reach your goals? That's the fun part. Start saying no to things. It's okay. right? Because every time you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to another. So be better at saying no. You know, Warren Buffett's one of the richest men in the world, and he says it all the time. He says no 10,000 times for every time he says yes. I mean, if Berkshire Hathaway, their stock is something crazy like $30,000 a share. I don't know, it might be more than that, $100,000 a share, right? They only have like, they're only invested in like 29 companies. And do you think that people reach out to Warren Buffett occasionally and say, hey, would you invest in my company? All the freaking time, right? All the time, right? He just says no to them because he stays in his lane. So throughout 2022, I guarantee something, people are going to be coming towards you, distracting you. They're going to want to sell you leads. They're going to have a shiny object. You know, someone's going to ask you for your help. You know, and when you're in real estate, I know this. Your personal life, everyone thinks you're free all the time. Isn't it true? Like, as soon as you get into real estate, everyone wants you to do all of their errands for them. Hey, can you pick up the groceries, and can you figure out what's for dinner, and can you schedule this? Can you call this person? Can you do this? Yes, you can. But you might need to start having conversations with your family and friends and letting them know, like, every day I'm waking up on a mission to reach my goal. My goal is 30 sales this year, and I can't be going to the grocery store at 11 a.m. and expect to hit my goals. And I need you to support me. So I'll leave you with this, and that is, whatever goal you set up, you write it down and you share it with your family and friends. At the new year, but throughout the year, continue to remind them, because you're going to need their help. Right? You're going to set boundaries around your goal, and you're going to share that goal with them so they can help you achieve that goal, because you're not going to do it alone. So I hope that inspires you to set some goals for 2022. Write it down, put it somewhere visible, say it over and over again, and stay committed to the one or two things that are going to get you there, because that's all it's going to take. One or two things, not 100 things, one or two things that are done consistently that you commit to all year.